All right, hello OAS family. It is time for another book review, and today we are going to be reviewing an exciting book called The Elementary of Bird Painting, featuring the work of Yu Chung-lin. And so before we get into the specifics of the book, we are going to talk about the general details. So the book is a very popular size, is 8¼ inches wide by 11¾ inches tall. It has 168 pages and it has text in Chinese and English. So we're going to get into the specifics or the details of the book here. We have this nice little write-up by the publisher of the book, and sort of details the relationship with the artist leading up to the various publications of the books that they've published from the artist, and also detailing the time of the artist's passing, and talks a little bit about how the publisher went to the artist's house after his passing and discovered a lot of work that had been unpublished, and the process of sort of classifying and cataloging those works is a nice little write-up, short write-up, but very nice little detail on the artist's life. So we have a table of contents here. And we get into our first section here, which is on the tree sparrow. So this is a nice section here where we have some close-ups on some of the tree sparrow paintings with the bird in different positions. Here we have on the left-hand side this nice trio of birds facing different ways. We have this head-on version here, looking to the right and then looking upwards. And then more examples of the tree sparrow in different positions, placed on a branch in a couple of these, and then in flight in a couple others. Now we get into some final compositions where we're seeing the artist's style really come to life, and we have both examples of spontaneous style and more elaborate or fine line style works. Continuing on with tree sparrow, a couple of simpler ideas with more abstract backgrounds, simpler backgrounds, bringing the highlight to the bird. And we continue on with tree sparrow here, shown with daisies, and then these sort of autumn maple leaf idea. On the left here with capped jasmine, and on the right with a peach blossom. Really nice zoomed in idea where you can really see the details of the stroke work on this painting, where we have the group of birds featured with this idea of a bamboo. And this is actually a zoom in of the full painting that you see over here. So this is the first time where we see this, where we see the complete painting here on the left hand side, and then a close up of a particular part of the painting. Then we're shifting species now to the coal tit. We have these different close-ups here of the bird, showing it in different positions, and then transitioning into final compositions here on the right-hand side with wisteria and bamboo. And then very quickly onto the titmouse, so slightly longer beaked bird. You see these very handsome colorations that are shown. We have a close-up here, and then some final compositions. Then the crimson finch, So our first brightly colored bird, and also showing male and female together. So we see the different colorations, with the male being the brighter colored one, as is the case usually in the animal kingdom. Then the robin. Lovebird. This is the plum-headed finch. And then the Siberian ruby throat. This lovely sort of dramatically colored highlight throat section on the bird, shown, depicted very, very skillfully by the artist here. A couple more compositions. We have this nice close-up here where we can see some of the stroke work on the background elements in detail. This is the shrike. And then a bird called the Chinese white-eye. Here, this distinctive sort of highlight around the eye, which the artist is showcasing in all of these different depictions. And the Rufous-bellied bird. Again, showing the sort of male and female coloration side by side here. The Darien redstart. Very nice close-up of the bird where you can really see the details, and then a couple sort of zoom outs where we see the final composition, so we get the compositional ideas. And then this is a red-tailed bird. Very uniquely colored because we have this white body with this red tail. A couple pages on that showing some final compositions. And then we transition into the white paradise flycatcher. These are two birds that have predominance of white on their bodies. So it's nice to see the techniques that the artist uses for rendering that white in the bird. And then we have this red-crested cardinal. I think this is the first bird that we can see that has like a bit of a crest. And then this is the Chinese bulbul. Nice ample section on the bulbul. Then this is the island thrush. And the hawfinch. This is, I think, the first example of this bird that has a slightly thicker beak. And then here we have the Java sparrow. And then the swallow. The swallows are known for their sort of iconic profile, especially in flight. You see them with this very distinctive sort of lyre tail idea. So they're seen depicted a lot, both in great detail here and also more simply in these sort of more boneless style paintings. Then we have the jay. So a nice idea of the full painting here and then the close-up so we can really see the detail. A lot is communicated in an image like this where you can really see things up close. So it's nice that they featured that. This is the Chinese oriole. This longer beaked bird that has these warmer colorations. Then the cuckoo bird. The wild thrush. And then the bird that's just called the thrush. This is our first predominantly black bird, the crested myna. This is a really spirited depiction here. You can see the bird sort of calling. The myna birds must make a lot of noise because the artist is choosing to show them calling in a lot of these with their beaks open. Another example of a very close-up of showing the full painting here on the left-hand side and a close-up where you can really see the details that the artist used for the details on the feet and the legs and the way that they do the feathers. Really ample section on the myna bird. Then we get into the magpie. And then this is the red-billed magpie. I think this is the first bird that we see that has these really long tails. So nice to see that example here where you get to see the artist really depict these showy long tails. And then we go into the paradise flycatcher. We have the series of kind of long-tailed birds. This is a red paradise flycatcher. And then the white paradise flycatcher. On to the parrot. Parrots have this very distinctive look, this sort of body shape and head shape that's different from some of these other smaller birds. So it's nice to see them included. And the hoopoe. The wagtail. So wagtail and water lily. Examples here. The kingfisher, very often depicted unique bird, very small bird with a large beak that actually hunts live fish. You can see this example here of the kingfisher fishing. Shown here cresting on a lotus. And then the water rail, a couple examples here. And the snipe. And then the silver pigeon. The spotted neck dove. Very handsome coloration here. We have this sort of light blue-gray head with these warmer body feathers. The pigeon. Nice that the chicken is included. So we have these baby chicks depicted here, both in black and in a yellow coloration. Then a separate section where we just focus on cocks or roosters. So we get to see the artist in the style that he depicts this coxcomb of the bird. Pheasant. Very popular subject because of how fancy the coloration and markings of the bird are. And we have this red-bellied golden pheasant and a white pheasant. Then a section on featuring quail. And mandarin duck. Very iconic bird in Asian culture and in art. Then here is the more sort of classic duck. And then wild goose. The egret. And the heron. Nice to see these sort of longer-legged aquatic birds included. They have a very distinctive look that's sort of different than the birds that have been featured thus far. And then we get into some prey birds here, the white hawk and the regular hawk. Nice close-up here. We have the full painting on this left-hand side in a close-up so we can really see the detail of how the stroke work is done. We have a hawk and pine tree here, and then a parrot and pine tree here on the right-hand side. And then crane, definitely not to be forgotten. Very iconic subject, maybe the most iconic bird subject in Chinese painting, so it's nice that it's covered here. We have some final compositions. Some exciting pieces that are shown, show the crane with various depictions of water and waves. So this is a really nice series where you sort of combine this peaceful elegance of the bird with this sense of chaos of this moving water and these waves. Another classic pairing where we have the crane and the pine. And then where we show the bird a little bit smaller amidst a larger scene. And then back to a more close-up rendering of the bird. Shown with a little bit of the idea of four gentlemen, bamboo here, and then bamboo and plum blossom here on the right. And so that is it. So that is Elementary of Bird Painting by Yu Chung-lin. We thank you for watching this video, and if you want to purchase this book, you can find it at our website at orientalartsupply.com. And make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this, and as always, we wish you happy painting.